episode number 90 of the 3 Count Out podcast. Damn, we've done 90 of these. That is a lot. We are approaching episode 100. We got something special in store for 100. So if you want to know what we got in store for 100, you better like and subscribe and hit that notification. Slipping that in the beginning now, because nobody's doing it at the end. We're going to do it in the beginning. But we got a lot to talk about this week. Football, a little bit of light, but a weird week in the NFL. A little bit of light for our teams. Well, a little bit of light for your teams so far. Not for my team at all. God, no. Oh, I had such a heart attack on Sunday. And then Saturday, we had 2 wrestling events. I don't even know if I said my name yet. My name is Eric V1. I'm joined by Jackal and Mike. Again, we've done 90 of these. You'd think I'd have this figured out by now.
I put the anal in analyst. Hi, I'm Jackal.
What? That's what's happening at 100. Okay.
That is on a different site, different website.
I want to get started in this world of college football because we got to kick things off talking about your top 5 ranked Penn State Nittany Lions.
Yeah, baby, let's go. We got to kick some fucking Oregon ass. We got Penn. Well, it was a bye week this week. So
they were on the trains. They were on a bye. There's nothing to talk about.
But we got Oregon next week.
What was his name?
A whiteout in Beaver Stadium. Good luck, Oregon. Good fucking luck.
That's going to be game of the week.
Absolutely.
2-0 Penn State versus 3-0 Oregon. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're going to get a McAfee on that set saying, We are live.
You didn't pay the money for the tuition. You can't say that. That's our word.
It's okay. I'm not going to be there either. It's fine. Penn State, Oregon is going to be an absolute barn burner next weekend, joined by a couple amazing prime time games set up next week in the world of college football. As far as this past weekend goes, very quiet in the world of college football. Miami handled business against Florida handedly, slapped them around real good. Indiana slapped around Illinois to a final score of 63-10. Holy shit.
Ouch.
Kurt Signetti reminded Brett Bielema how to play football. My God, that is not close for a top 25 game.
No, that's going to change the ranking.
Oklahoma handled business against Auburn, and in our most important game of the week, the Western Michigan Broncos prevailed over the Toledo Rockets. Mike and Era got the upset pick correct as Western Michigan won 14-13 by a single point.
Nail biter.
God damn it, dude. They got the 2-point conversion.
Feels good.
God. They missed a kick, and then they nailed the 2-point conversion to win. God, I'm so upset by it. Fucking A.
Ian Campbell smiling somewhere.
The only game that we have a little bit of time to talk about here was the track meet known as the Michigan Wolverines taking on the Nebraska Cornhuskers. And the final score of this game makes it seem like this game was a lot closer than it actually was, because the final score was Michigan 30, Nebraska 27. Ooh. And I think Michigan, let me see if I can find the team stats. Michigan finished this game with, let me check the defense here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 sacks on the entire day.
Oh my God.
That's a bit.
You don't win a football game if you allow the defense to have their way with you like that.
You got to check that quarterback out after that game, right? You're running them through running them through a benchmark. You're like, all right, dude, there's got to be something fucked up with you after that.
And that's Dylan Raiola, the quarterback, the college quarterback kid who's trying to emanate Patrick Mahomes as closely as possible.
Fuck. Oh, yeah, he's not going to want to get hit at all.
Mahomes and he even does like the celebrations and everything. He tried to like model his girlfriend after him too. It's fucking weird. The kid needs to be like, needs to be on some type of meds because there is something wrong with him.
I did see a clip. I think it was during opening. I think it was during maybe week 1 or week 0. but it was Patrick Mahomes at one of Dylan Raiola's games, and he like came out of the tunnel and did Patrick, but he came out and like did Patrick Mahomes' thing on the field, and it was like,
it was weird. It was really weird. The guy still had a career day because Michigan's defense was sending the house at him, and when you only have 4 defensive backs out there to cover Division I college football receivers, you tend to get a couple yards, especially when you hit a 70-yard Hail Mary to close out the fucking first half.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that one fucking sucked.
What an arm.
So,
a 70-yarder?
The total passing yards for Dylan Raiola, 30 for 41, 308 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a single reception. Mind you, a third of that is a single throw.
Crazy.
Crazy. The reason why Michigan won this game, Michigan had 286 yards of total rushing. Would you like to guess how many total yards of rushing Nebraska had?
12.
12? I was going to say like 2.
43.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Damn!
Not close.
Damn,
Not close.
They are running, huh? God damn, moving that football.
So they threw the ball through the air, but good Lord, they could not get it done on the ground whatsoever.
Thank God Raiola's got that arm then.
Yes. Yep. Michigan wins a close one. Sharon Moore's suspension is now done. He will be back for the following game, which is not next weekend, the weekend afterwards, since Michigan is now going on a bye, and we won't be back until October 4th, taking on Wisconsin. Nebraska, I believe, draws Michigan State next, who got the shit beat out of them to close out their game at USC at like 3 a.m. on Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh,
nothing like having to go to California, then get the time change, and then
a prime time game on the West Coast of an East Coast fan base.
No, I forgot time zones were a thing.
Yeah. All good. So we're gonna quick jump on into next week's slate with headlined by Oregon versus Penn State in the whiteout game, joined by, we're going to cut things down. We're going to cut it down to 2 games. We're only going to pick them 2 because there's only 2 other good ones to talk about, being the number 4 ranked LSU Tigers traveling to Mississippi to take on the 13th ranked Ole Miss Rebels. Mike, who we got?
I said it before. I'll say it again because they didn't prove me wrong last time. I'm going to pick LSU. Except I don't think I picked them. I think I was wrong. But that's okay. I'm going to go with LSU.
It's okay. Going to ride with it anyways. Mr. Arrow.
Yep.
So question, isn't LSU the team that has the running back whose like ankle just exploded?
Oh, I'm not certain. Let me check my sources.
Yeah, Caden Durham. Caden Durham has okay, I'm sorry. Maybe exploded. He's out with an ankle injury and awaiting MRI. So I guess we'll see. Assuming that their lead running back is going to be taken out back and turned into glue, I'm going to go with Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss is an upsetty type team, so that's understandable.
Especially that late September, early October time is when they got all their shit figured out. But normally, with my early track record of predictions, I don't say Brian Kelly has things figured out until about week 4, week 5 of the college football season. And it's now week 4, week 5 of the college football season. So I think LSU is going to start to get hot here. So I'm going to ride with the Tigers. And the next game, which sucks that it's going on at the same time as Oregon Penn State. I wish it was earlier or maybe 3:30, who knows. But it is the number 17th ranked Alabama Crimson Tide traveling to Athens to take on the number 5 ranked Georgia Bulldogs. Mike, who we got?
Georgia's been real weird this year, and it seems like Alabama has been in a pissy mood. That was the only reason I picked Bama earlier. So I'm going to roll with Bama, but I'll say this, if they lose this game, I think they start a bad downward spiral this season. I mean, they spank, probably some of the smaller teams, but I think that's it for Bama if they lose this game. Yeah, because their attitude this season has been shitty.
Yep.
Yeah, I think their downward spiral started last season when they got fucked in the ass by Vanderbilt. Bama's 2-1 this season already. They take this loss to Georgia. I mean, at that point, you're even saying like, hey, can we get the playoff run? I mean, you're Bama. Maybe they just put you in there, but a loss to Georgia is a big loss for Bama. I don't think Bama has it anymore. Give me Georgia.
Ooh, rolling Ugga. Georgia scares me. I agree with everything that you said, Mike. Georgia is not looking like normal Georgia this year. However, Bama scares me more. I don't think Kalen DeBoer is him. He's got big shoes to fill after Saban left. I liked you on the LSU pick. I'm going to have to go with Air on the Georgia one. I'll take Ugga. Knocking off Bama early, sending Bama with 2 losses very, very early on in the season. Just like how a couple teams with 2 losses made some noise in the NFL this week, like the Cleveland Browns kicking a last-minute field goal to beat God's favorite team, the Super Bowl favorites. Oh my God, how can they be stopped because they have Micah Parsons' Green Bay Packers? Oh, look at that. They are beatable. Wow, crazy.
I saw that. I almost passed out laughing.
Can we also just take a moment to acknowledge that, like, and I talked about this last week too, but just again, NFL kickers are worth their fucking money this year.
Yes.
There are so many games coming down to nailing these fucking like 60-yarders, and you're like, holy shit, 10 years ago, this would have been unheard of. You know, like, and now kickers actually get a moment to shine. Kind of nice to see.
I believe half of the games this weekend came down to the final field goal, which is fucking unheard of.
But also, shame on those offensive coordinators for letting you get that close.
It's funny you say that because, for example, a game that came down to the final minute of a field goal was the Los Angeles Rams versus the Philadelphia Eagles, where the final score, or not the final score, scored late in the game was 26-27 Philadelphia over the Rams, and the Rams were lining up for a field goal when Jordan Davis got one of those fucking big old bear paws up there to swat the ball down, and he was rumbling and stumbling and bumbling all the way with a blocked kick return for a touchdown, helping the Eagles win 33-26. But Mr. Era, you got a lot of stuff to get off your chest about this one.
Yeah, I mean, you know, listen, I want to start off by saying that, you know, I'm not a coach in the NFL. All right, I'm not. I'm a dude on the internet. We scream in the microphones and hope people listen. You know, okay. Now we've gotten that out of the way. Fuck Kevin Patullo, dude. How do you go 3 fucking weeks? How do you go the entire NFL season and you wait until the last fucking quarter of the 3rd fucking game to get your first wide receiver a touchdown? How do you wait that long? What goes through your mind where you think that's okay? We hand the ball to Saquon Barkley and they come up, they block the box. Okay, we can't run the ball. Option number 2 is throw to the Super Bowl winning AJ Brown. Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. And I'm not saying that people like Devontae Smith shouldn't get time. I'm not saying Dallas Goedert shouldn't get time. It was nice seeing Dallas Goedert back there out on the field. Dallas Goedert helped us get a lot of those yards. But why the fuck are we waiting so goddamn long in the season to use the franchise wide receiver that we've paid so much goddamn money for? The man who week after week after week goes on Twitter and goes, please, for the love of God, Jalen Hurts, throw me the fucking ball. I'll suck you off if you do. I don't understand how it's taken this long. Kevin Patullo was not our offensive coordinator when we won the Super Bowl, and that is showing. My worry this year was all of the rookies on defense, because I figured, you know what, offense, we're fine. We got Saquon Barkley. Guess what? People have learned that if you're going up against the Eagles and you stack that box, Saquon's not going to be able to run. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You have to be able to adapt. And the defense, not a fucking problem anymore, especially after that. That game was special teams, special plays, special players. That was awesome. That was blocked kicks. That was punt returns. That was everybody playing how they needed to play. And if the Eagles weren't as skilled as they were, if they were not still your reigning, defending Super Bowl champions, then we would have never walked away with that win. Any other team never would have gotten it.
I think, too, that Sean McVay 100%, I feel, took the foot off the gas in the second quarter. And also, I think the Rams settled for, here, let me check, 1, 2, 3, 4 field goals.
Yeah. No, it was...
So, as much as you guys turned it up, I do feel that Sean McVay's, how did the kids say it? Pussyfooting play calling really kind of neutered the Rams here a little bit and allowed you to get that chance to get back into the game. Because even still, A.J. Brown, 6 receptions, 109 yards, a single touchdown. Barkley was a non-factor, 18 carries, 46 yards. Yeah. You guys won through the air, and it took that fucking long to do so, like you just said.
Yeah, no, and it's... The Eagles have always been a second half team. I said this last year too. You can go back and listen to the episodes last year, especially when we were going into the Super Bowl. I told you my butthole's going to be tight the entire first half. The Eagles are always a second half team, but god fucking damn, dude, you can do that against the Rams, okay? You can do that against the Rams because they're going to call dumb bullshit in the second half when everyone's tired. You cannot do that against any other team. That honestly, that was not even what our offense looked like last week playing against the fucking Chiefs. If we had played like that against the Chiefs, we would have been fucked. We would not have walked away with that.
Maybe not against the Chiefs, but maybe against the Giants, maybe against the now J.J. McCarthy-less Minnesota Vikings, but apparently Carson Wentz fucking knows how to play football.
Carson Wentz, any Eagles fan knows that Carson Wentz football is going to keep you on the edge of your seat, but somehow you're going to win. You just got to trust the process.
It'll be a bit harder next week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which has seemed to have the Eagles' number over the past couple of years. And Baker Mayfield right now is also undefeated, just like the Philadelphia Eagles. So we are in for a treat next weekend, but we still had some treats from this past weekend as well, like the Carson Wentz show. Granted, personally, I do feel that this is maybe Cincinnati's defense not being that great because the Vikings won 48-10 over the Bungles, and
yeah, let me tell you something. As good as Carson Wentz is, let me tell you something about the Vikings. Okay, the soon-to-be renamed "What Are You Doing, Stepborough" in the 3 Counting Out podcast fantasy football league. We have the Vikings on defense, 32 points.
Oh.
The Vikings defense. 32 points.
Yeah, the we're both fucked now without our starting quarterbacks bowl definitely went the way of Carson Wentz on Sunday. My goodness. There was a bunch of other scores as well, a bunch of other blocks, a bunch of other surprises. Like, there was also some non-surprises, like Chris Collinsworth not being able to take Patrick Mahomes' dick out of his fucking mouth. That's a surprise to nobody. The Ben Johnson Bears bitch slapped the Dallas Cowboys 31-14. And unfortunately, we can't talk about the Lions this week because they are playing in about 2 hours. So next episode, the Michigan boys are either going to be really upset or really happy because the Lions and Ravens are going to be playing on Monday Night Football. And since we record these on Monday, we're recording them before the game has started. So technically, next week, we're going to need to review both the Ravens game and the Browns game at the same time.
There'll be a lot of Lions, a lot of Detroit.
A lot of Lions next week, man. It's a good thing Michigan's got the time off so I can fill the gaps a little bit more.
Yeah, really.
But thankfully, we got 32 other NFL teams to be able to talk about, and we got a lot of time to talk about them since the first game up that I want to talk about is going to be a barn burner. It should be America's Game of the Week, but it's not. And it's going to see Indiana Jones, Danny Dimes, and the Indianapolis Colts taking on Matt Stafford, all of his steroids, old man Devontae Adams, Puka Nakua, and the Los Angeles Rams. 4:05 on Sunday. Colts, Rams. Mike, who we got? He's got to think about it. That's okay. Tara, who we got?
All right. Well, they got Danny Dimes, but you know who else the Colts have? They have the man that I put $10 on to win the Heisman last year, Tyler Warren. They got an incredible defense. And for the first time in the NFL season, they finally punted a football. everything's looking up to the Colts, baby. Give me the Colts. This is our Colts, man. This is our Colts. This is our Colts. We bleed blue.
Whether win or lose, we love that. That motherfucker has a career now. Just because of people making fun of him on TikTok.
Absolutely.
I hung out with our resident football analysis, the firest guy of Kev's earlier today, and we were discussing it. The Colts have been on a hot streak. Don't get me wrong. I understand that they're 3-0. I understand McAfee loves them in the Lod House. I know that they're hot right
He's
now.
going to jump down them. You know, that's what he does.
However, their track record here through 3 games is a 33-8 win over the Dolphins, which look like possibly could be one of the worst teams in the NFL this year.
Pretty close.
There we go. There's Mike. Now I hear him.
Yep, I had to switch to. I don't know what's happening. My PlayStation keeps on disconnecting from the group chat and won't let me talk. So I am using my lovely earbuds on my phone.
Nice. Audience, lick Mike's ears right now.
Oh boy.
So 33-8. Oh, it's a Fire Guy Kev kiss right there. Oh my goodness.
Hi, Kev.
That's directly in my head.
Good.
The Colts
I felt
have
that in my brain.
33-8 win over the Dolphins, which really doesn't look that impressive right now. The Colts have a 29-28 win over the Broncos, and if it wasn't for a last-minute leverage penalty, Denver would have won that game. And they just dick stomped the Titans 41-20. But as we all know as football fans, as of late, everybody dick stomps the Titans. So yes, they are 3-0, and I feel like this is going to be the Colts' first real test. Do I still think they have the juice to win the AFC South? Absolutely, because they're in the same fucking division as the Jags, the Titans, and now the dumb fuck Houston CJ Strouds now, which apparently fucking suck and have no offensive line. So I think this is going to be the Colts getting punched in the mouth as a bit of a wake-up call. I'm actually going to lean the Rams here. But Mike,
straight cut and dry. The Colts have to continually prove that they are that good, even if it's like 8 games, 9 games, 10 games down the line. They have to continue to prove that they are that good. However, the Rams now have to show that, yes, they are a good team and Matt Stafford can throw a ball. So I actually think this might be where the Colts break, and it's where the Rams.
We'll see. 4:05 on Sunday. FGK, you going to lean the Rams?
I'm going to lean the Rams. I like I said, I think the Colts are in this continuation. We're trying to prove ourselves. We are that good. While the Rams know they're that good, they just have to. This will be a good testament. This could be a good game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout either way. I think it'll be a good game. However, I think the advantage goes to the Rams. This is the first hardship team the Colts have played.
Mike, your pick. Colts Rams, my friend.
I think, unfortunately, you guys are probably going to be right. And I think it's going to be the Rams. And actually, I think it's going to be by more than we expect. But God damn it, watching somebody leave the Giants and just immediately get better while in the process putting that bitch Anthony Richardson on the shelf makes me so happy. So give me the Colts. Give me the fucking Colts all day long, man.
Welcome to how I felt with Saquon last year, Mike. Somebody leaving the Giants and getting better.
Me and Fire Guy Kev were hanging out earlier. We come to the conclusion that we think the Giants general manager is probably on suicide watch right now.
Before we go away from football, they ran because they still for some reason aren't using Jackson Dart. We believe in Russ, which is the dumbest fucking thing. Russ was good 8 years ago, but they have a run play option specifically designed for Jackson Dart. They gained positive yards twice with Jackson Dart. And they bring in Russ, who's a little slower now, and go, we're going to run the same play. And it gets fucking blown up immediately in the backfield.
And then all the New York people go, boo!
It's just like, fucking duh, guys. Why are you, whoever, their coach, their GM, their offensive coordinator, everybody needs to just fucking go, because what are you thinking?
The Giants as a franchise need to go, Mike. But
well, that's just it. Like, clearly, it's not the players, because the players leave and suddenly are better, right?
Mm-hmm.
That really leaves one glaring factor.
Listen. All I'm going to say is show me where the Giants have their own stadium and their own facility. All right, then I'll take you as a legitimate football team when you're not sharing your space.
Speaking of people who aren't legitimate, the next game I want to talk about is the world famous toe game from last season. We get the rematch. Baltimore, the Baltimore Ravens traveling to the Kansas City Taylor Swifts. 4:25 on Sunday. Baltimore, Kansas City. Mike, you're up first.
Unless for some reason, the Taylor Swifts finally found themselves this week and start playing well, give me the Ravens, man. Give me the Ravens fucking steamrolling them. I hope they bully the shit out of Mahomes.
Mr. Arrow.
All right, listen. Fuck Patrick Mahomes. Fuck Travis Kelce. Fuck Taylor Swift. Fuck Andy Reid. Fuck the Chiefs. Give me the Ravens.
Damn. FGK.
Taylor Swift's going to have to make a new breakup album after Travis and Mahomes can't get together because the Ravens are going to steamroll them, and it's going to be a hard breakup.
Damn. That is, unfortunately, that is a Ravens clean sweep across the board.
Oh, we know.
So, that means that Kansas City's probably going to fucking win. God bless it.
With ref help this time. That's why it's going to be dirty. It's going to be dirty and make us all feel bad when they win, too.
And with that in the books, that is going to do it for football this week. Lions Monday Night Football tonight. We'll get to look at Philly, the Lions, and Penn State all next week, and we'll go from there. But some things that we do get to look at this week is someone else with a little bit of a lift, Mike. I did it on purpose. Hear me out. The son of the American dream, Dusty Rhodes, baby, as WWE put on a really... according to ESPN, really fucking average pay-per-view this weekend, huh?
Oh yeah, you wanna know what ESPN had to say about WrestlePalooza? You ready? You ready for this one? You ready for this one?
Could have been an email.
The final grade for WrestlePalooza: C. The excellent Vicaire versus Sky match saved this show from being truly average. It was a phenomenal display inside the squared circle. Everything else was either underwhelming or set up for a future match. For a card that promised to have epic moments, it fell a little short of expectations. And that's ESPN, the people that paid for this, saying that. The fucking people that bought this shit for like a 5-year deal are already like, I don't know, because apparently the big fucking surprise that they had planned was Stephanie McMahon getting inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Sure. But you know what? For the rest of the wrestling on this wrestling pay-per-view, which I even hesitate to call it a wrestling pay-per-view because you still have fucking commercials during all of this, because that's where the TKO focus is. It's how to get the absolute most amount of money out of it. And before we really get into it, I have a quick story that I want to share, because we've always talked about things being for a different demographic. Well, I happen to know somebody with a much different demographic than myself. That's my dad, who's like in his late 50s, who also likes WWE. When I go to WWE events, I go with my dad. So he was trying to watch WrestlePalooza. Now, I didn't even bother watching it. I watched the highlights. I went back and I watched what I needed to watch. I saw the clips that I needed to see, and I went okie dokie. But my dad paid for ESPN Plus, which you may notice. You may notice what the problem is there. It's on ESPN Unlimited, which they made specifically for WWE.
Yep.
So a lot of people purchased ESPN Plus, and then were stuck with ESPN Plus. You're stuck with ESPN Plus for a month, and then you're also stuck with ESPN Unlimited for a month. So my dad currently has both. And from what I've seen on Twitter, that's also about probably half of the people that watched WrestlePalooza.
They couldn't even market their own shit right, dude.
As my dad said, they're gonna have ESPN Super Duper in next year, which
I I want to laugh at that, but he's probably fucking right, and it makes me sad.
He's so fucking right. He's so fucking right, and
Yeah.
it's so fucking scary. But I mean, this sucked. This pay-per-view sucked ass, dude.
So before we get into the pay-per-views real quick, I want to say this because people hear us shitting on WWE every week. Now, I know a lot of, keyboard warriors just listen to the TikTok clips and that's it, right? So if you decide to do any research ever into us, we also shit on AEW, last year when they were putting out...
I shit on any wrestling that sucks.
When they were putting out just mid-ass matches with zero storyline, you didn't give a fuck about who was there. We did, in fact, shit on AEW. We were praising the hell out of WWE when Triple H first took over because you could feel the difference. And now I fully believe AEW is miles better right now, and it's not close. And WWE is proving more and more, especially with what they're deciding, to me anyways, and especially with the way they're dick riding right now, that all they're doing is going, man, don't we look really good, Saudi Arabia? Wouldn't you really like to own WWE, Saudi Arabia? I fully believe this is going to be a sell to the Saudis, and we're just going to have people like Brock Lesnar and Goldberg for the next 20 years till their bodies start to fall apart.
Yeah, I mean, I've been one of the people in the past few weeks that has been defensive of the WWE, of saying, like, it's not Triple H doing this shit, it's TKO doing this shit. And that might be true to a degree, but I think especially when you look at like how Cena Lesnar went down and like just how this show went down in general, nah, dog, Triple H is to blame too. It's fucking everybody over there. They're looking for shameless cash grabs. I mean, Mike, you posted it that fucking WrestleMania tickets are already going for what, $8,000?
Oh yeah, I posted it in the group chat. That is an absurd thing to see, isn't it?
Yeah, that is insane.
Section A, almost $9,000. Section B, almost $4,000. If you want to be in level 400, it's $850.
Yeah, for the fucking nosebleeds, $850.
Yeah.
For context, when Fire Guy Kevin and myself went to WrestleMania 33, which was 2017, lower bowl, damn near on the floor, $300 a piece for each ticket.
Oh, dog, fucking front row seats, barricade, entrance, hard cam, like right in the fucking the spot that you want to be at. Used to be fucking $500 for Raw, and now it's like $2,000 for Raw. It's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy what they're asking. And so you have all of that, and it's like, okay, you're asking for all of this money. You have this big ESPN deal. Surely the beginning of your ESPN deal, the beginning of the ESPN era for WWE, surely it's going to have something big and grandiose, and they're going to counter-program AEW All Out. They're going to really do something that really makes you excited and go, wow, WWE is going to be going into the future. And they don't. You don't even get anywhere fucking close.
Nope. You got Stephanie McMahon being inducted into the Hall of Fame of her own company. God bless.
Yeah. It's, I mean, the first 40 minutes of the show were commercials and entrances for a 9-minute squash match where Brock Lesnar beat the ever-living shit out of John Cena. And now we're just supposed to be okay with that. That was purely the only reason why Brock versus John happened in WrestlePalooza and why it was a 9-minute squash match. The only reason that I can think of, and I'm not okay with this, but the only reason I can think of is if Brock is the final opponent.
Did you see that like they changed it on Saturday?
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying I think
they changed it on Saturday, which is the
grubby
dumbest
little
fucking
TKO
thing.
Going, you know what would do great in Washington D.C. Oh, let's get Piss Boy Lesnar. The Republicans will love him out there, and let's put John Cena, the American hero, in his final match. Because it's not happening in fucking Boston. It doesn't matter what Cena wants. It's happening in Washington D.C., where they can make some of the most fucking money they've ever made, capitalizing off of John Cena fucking breaking his back for 20 plus years
Mm-hmm.
And he's not going to go out putting somebody over. He's not putting over Cody Rhodes on his way out. No, he's putting over Brock Lesnar. So that way everybody can know that Brock Lesnar is a real threat. He's a fucking NCAA champion, a fucking UFC champion, a fucking WWE champion. You don't have to tell me Brock Lesnar's a dangerous man. There's a lawsuit about it. I know how fucking dangerous he is. He's going to punch me in the face and piss on me. I'm scared of him already.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
He's been named
40 times.
He just has been named in criminal charges, so they don't care.
Remember back in once as soon as SummerSlam ended, and I told everybody, yeah, I think this retirement tour flopped, and you guys said, well, not yet. It's been like a month, 2 months later.
It flopped, dog.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
It flopped.
Yeah, no, if you're a wrestling fan and you're okay with the way John Cena's been treated this run, you're not a wrestling fan, because this man has been fucking abused. They have ruined his final stretch. I mean, think about Bryan Danielson's final run and think about Cena's. They're not close. And the only good thing we've gotten is him paying homage to people, and then Edge in return on a pay-per-view this weekend did the same thing and got fucking Cena chance in AEW, which is incredible.
So I would like to get to that sooner rather than later. So let's blow through this fucking popsicle WrestlePalooza.
I was going to say, somebody who I'd rather see go up against John Cena in John Cena's final year, much rather see this than Brock Lesnar. LA Knight was a special guest referee for The Vision, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, versus The Usos, in which Jey Uso hit Braun Breaker with a chair so hard that it bounced back and he split his own head open, and Jey Uso is now in concussion protocol. No yeet.
You fucking
Well, I did also tell you how long their entrance took.
Oh, yeah. The fucking, what did you say it was? Like a 10-minute entrance, 15-minute?
Yeah, because they also had to, run it back 2 or 3 times.
You gotta run it back, yeah. Well, hey, listen, it's going to feel real good yeeting when Jey Uso's back, because, goddamn, he got split open. That was
Brother
fucking
didn't know where he was at all, man.
Dude, did you see the clip of him getting out of the ring?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn, dude.
Where am I?
Busted open.
I had no expectations for it, and somehow it still didn't deliver.
Yeah, no.
That match is exactly what I expected of a Monday Night Raw tag match.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And especially like LA Knight just kind of being added in as a special guest ref, like last minute. It's like, oh, okay. You have nothing for LA Knight.
Doing this stupid, they're just doing the stupid storyline between him and Jey Uso. And they were like, well, we're going to add this in this match. And it's like, okay.
Well, I mean, maybe LA Knight can, maybe LA Knight and Jimmy Uso can form a tag team, and we can get Hollywood Us and we can get the Usos and LA Knight versus The Vision. I don't know where you go from that. Jey Uso got fucked up. That wasn't the only tag team match though, and it also was not the only tag team match because CM Punk and AJ Lee made her return to WWE. I think since 2015, so it's like been. I think it was like May 2015, they said, or something like that. So over 10 years. But CM Punk and AJ Lee defeated Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. I absolutely called the finish, which, I mean, I think anybody could have, of AJ Lee getting the Black Widow and Becky Lynch tapping out. I honestly don't think this match was... I don't think it was AJ that was bad in this match. I mean,
she had ring rust, but it wasn't bad ring rust. Like, it wasn't terrible.
Yeah, no, I just didn't like this. This match felt a little bit too cookie cutter. Like, again, it also went on for about 15 minutes too long. Yeah, I mean, this match was 30 minutes. This was the longest match on the card.
Safe.
This was the longest match on the card. I think it was, it was very, like, you could call it of like, all right, AJ's going to start because the crowd's hot, and then Punk's going to tag in, and then AJ's going to come in for the hot tag at the end, and Black Widow go home. And, it's, again, I don't think it was a bad match. I think I'm glad that AJ's back. I'm excited to see what happens with AJ. I think, obviously, they're kind of going towards AJ versus Becky for the IC. That's a match I want to see. I kind of didn't care for this tag match.
It's especially that it happened so long after AJ came back as well too. Like the shine and the surprise was like, okay, it's just.
Well, they did the lame ass thing of bringing her back on a random fucking SmackDown or Ray. So
well, yeah, I mean, it was in her hometown. I kind of get it, but at the same time, I would have maybe, I don't know, I would have maybe saved her like actually showing up for WrestlePalooza, maybe
like Punk and a mystery partner
stuff. Yeah, like really heavily hint at it, and like maybe we see AJ like backstage, but I would not have done like all the face-to-face stuff. Sure, absolutely.
And it's a good thing that one match on this card was a lot better than a very safe cookie cutter SmackDown main event.
Yeah. You mean the only
that was next?
Yeah, you mean the only good match on the WrestlePalooza card?
Yes.
Stephanie McCourt, your new WWE Women's World Champion, defeating Io Sky.
Saw that coming?
I mean, listen, This is one that everybody saw it coming, and I think it's it's kind of the same thing that I said with AJ, where it's like everybody saw it coming, but this match they delivered on. Like, it doesn't matter if you knew how it was gonna end, dog. There were false finishes in here where I'm like, oh, 1, 2, Io's gonna take it. Oh fuck, she kicked out. Like, even knowing, like, I knew the result of this match before I even watched it, and I knew what I was still getting into it. So this match might be one of WWE's best matches.
It was great. It was absolutely phenomenal. Well overdue. My only gripe, took way too long to get to this point, but I'm glad we finally got here.
You're fat?
No, I'm fat.
Yeah, Mike's fat.
Oh. It sounds worse when you say it.
Kevin's fat.
All right.
Hey, man.
Hey, man.
Not working on it.
As good as that match was, it was not the main event. The main event.
Oh
boy, the main event. We talked about how Cena versus Lesnar was apparently rebooked last minute. Apparently, so was this main event.
I'm getting a drink. I'm getting a drink for that one. Fuck
yeah, I'll just say it. And still, your WWE Men's Undisputed Champion, Cody Rhodes, who defeated Drew McIntyre. Yet again, the Scottish psychopath thrown aside, and good things come to those that wait. Just keep waiting, buddy. Just keep waiting. It's not like Drew McIntyre carried this company on his back during the entirety of COVID or anything like that. It's not like Drew McIntyre maybe should hold this belt while he has the height of his social media popularity. It's not like you should hold this while he's in his absolute fucking prime, looking jacked to the nines. I understand that Cody is the company guy, and I understand that TKO has so much around Cody Rhodes, right? He has his little podcast. He has all this stuff that he does, all the appearances, all the shows, all the relationships. I understand why Cody is the champion. I understand that he makes money, but this was your opportunity to put it on Drew McIntyre. And we didn't even get any kind of turn after this. I said, last week I said, what, if Cody wins, we should at least get Randy slithering in, hitting him with a RKO and going back to the fucking evil ass 2009 Randy Orton. We don't even get that. Cody Rhodes, clean pin. Drew McIntyre in the middle of the ring, clean, lays down, and Cody pins a 1-2.
And when you hear about the fact that they changed it, it makes it, I think, worse. Because there was, the original, hey, we're going to have Randy come in, maybe cost Cody the belt. Cody wins it back from Drew down the line. Then we set up the Cody-Randy feud. And you're like, that would have been great. We could have at least had a little bit of a Drew McIntyre run, knowing he's going to hold the belt for a bit. And instead they went, nah, clean pin. No surprises this week. We're going to start ESPN off on the duddiest fucking dud with the C and a C for the final match, where you're like, it was a good match, but you don't care because you knew who was going to win.
But it's okay. We're on ESPN now. We heard Stephen A. Smith say his favorite wrestler all time's Goldberg, Mike. It's okay.
Stephen A. Smith doesn't know what WWE is. He reads off a fucking teleprompter. Every fucking
Stephen
person
A. Smith
that's
makes
like,
me want to taste gun by mouthfeels.
Dude, I've seen clips about Stephen A. Smith like talking about like fucking Fortnite map changes and shit. It's an intern writing it for him. He doesn't know the words he's saying. He doesn't know. It's like when I go on stream and I say Skibbity Toilet Ohio. I don't know what that means. I'm just saying words. It's the same damn thing.
I think he just gave me herpes. I don't know.
But I know a average ass pay-per-view when I see one.
Yep.
And Hunter going on Twitter, this is going to be the new, expect a lot of surprises, going to be the biggest pay-per-view of all time, the biggest gate of all time. Sick of it. I'm done with it. And now we got to look forward to the stupid ass, gaudy ass, Dynamite Diamond Ring coming back out for another Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins feud next month in Perth. Yippee. I'm so excited.
No, Dynamite Diamond Ring is MJF. That's AEW.
The King of the Ring.
Oh, the Saudi ring. Yeah. The Saudi Super Bowl
Blood
ring.
Money ring.
Yeah, Blood Money ring. Sorry, my bad. I got confused.
You know, we brought up AEW. Let's just go to AEW. Let's just done.
Please.
I'm done, man. I don't want to talk about Wrestlepalooza anymore. It fucking sucked. ESPN gave it a C. That's fucking generous because AEW started off with an absolute, honestly, probably one of the best tag matches of the weekend. Adam Copeland and Christian Cage defeating FTR. Stokely Hathaway getting kidnapped by Beth Copeland, not Beth Phoenix, Beth Copeland. And, I mean, the end was a little fucky, all right? You know, obviously, like I said, Edge and Christian got the win, defeating FTR, but then at the end of the match, FTR, they jumped them, handcuffed Edge to the ropes, broke Christian Cage's neck with a concerto, and then beat the shit out of Beth Phoenix because she came back to save Edge, but he was handcuffed, and she didn't bring any wire cutters, so he just kind of sat there and watched her get the shit beat out of her. And then they came out with keys.
Oh, well, we found them. Yay.
It took like a good 5 minutes for them to find those handcuff keys. Just gonna say.
No, they were backstage. We left them there. Oopsie poopsie.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, listen, if you disregard that part, all right, I was kind of talking about it when it was going down in our group chat. I think they were doing that to get Christian off of TV for a couple of weeks. He comes back, and when he comes back, he is good guy. Well, not good guy Christian Cage, because I think him being our asshole is over as hell right now. I loved asshole being on the Titantron when he came out. Fucking perfect. But I think like when he comes back, the fact
that he's our asshole chance.
Yeah, no, I think when he comes back, he's still gonna be an asshole, but he's gonna be firmly on that like face side of like just being a cool asshole.
Who was he talking to where he was like, yeah, you know, I heard about your mom, and he was like, no, hey, and he's like, how's your dad doing? And was like, nope, and he took the microphone.
Oh, you mean when he was backstage confronting Bubbles from the Trailer Park Guys?
Yeah, that was it. It was so fucking good. He's like, how's your mom? And Edge was like, no, I'm sorry, don't stop. And he's like, how's your dad doing? He's like, no, we gotta go. We gotta leave.
Can we get Christian Cage versus the Green Bastard? I want that.
For a split second, I thought you were going to say, can we get Christian Cage versus the Green Giant? And I was really confused all of a sudden.
Hey, I'd be down for that too. Although we did have another Giant on this card because we saw a returning Eddie Kingston go up against Big Bill in I guess what is a battle for New York because Eddie Kingston defeating Big Bill.
On Hook.
And yeah, now he's got Hook. Hook's his mentor. You know, Tony Khan loves his mentor-mentee kind of things. So now Eddie Kingston is taking Hook under his wing because, you know, Hook had 1 week of not being in a faction and then said, yeah, no, I'm good. I don't want to be a singles guy yet.
Real quick. Let me check. Mm-hmm. Hey, Fire Guy Kev, do we still not like Eddie Kingston?
Fuck no.
Okay, just checking. All right, anyways, continue.
Well, I mean, Eddie Kingston did have a pretty noticeable botch of a bitch slap, I think.
Well, yeah, it's supposed to be a spinning back fist, and it was not a great finish. I mean, that match in general was.
The thing is, I can talk, can't fucking wrestle. Oh boy.
It was and that spinning back fist was the finish to the match. And what I loved is Eddie Kingston goes for it, completely misses. Big Bill sells it anyway. And on commentary, Tony Schiavone, as Eddie Kingston is going for the pin, going to win the match. The match will be done in 3 seconds. And Tony Schiavone says, well, I think he missed that one. 1, 2, 3. Win off of the punch that never happened.
Well,
I'm glad Eddie Kingston's
that
back.
whole match.
I'm glad Eddie Kingston's
wasn't
back.
That great.
Goddamn. Yeah. No, the best part about Eddie Kingston is when he comes out wearing the shirt that says Claudio sucks eggs. That's
generational hater forever. I mean, that's him in a nutshell. But yeah, I mean, that match didn't necessarily need to be on the card. I get it. Welcome back, Eddie. It got some ring rust off, but boy, oh boy.
Yeah, and I think this was probably going towards bringing Eddie Kingston back and getting Hook in the limelight. So that way it'll be Hook versus Big Bill, not Eddie Kingston. I don't think Eddie Kingston realistically is going to wrestle that much. From what I understand, he was pretty injured and is kind of, old. And I mean, plus the matches that are happening in AEW, you have matches like that. You have tag matches, legendary tag teams getting back together. And you have totally normal match for AEW, apparently. First time I've ever heard of it. Tables and tacks. MJF versus Mark Briscoe. The match started with Mark Briscoe dumping out 4 buckets worth of thumbtacks, covering the entire ring in thumbtacks. Mike posted the picture of Bryce Remsburg's shoes, the referee's shoes. Dog covered.
Yeah, there were a bit.
Yeah, no, I was sitting here watching this match and I love them to death. My significant other, Dandy Dragons, walks in and they're like, why are there so many thumbtacks? And I'm like, well, because it's a tables and thumbtacks match. And they're like, you say that like it's something so normal. And I was like, well, AEW says that like it's something so normal. This is just where AEW is at now, where a simple tables match does not suffice. You have to literally wrestle on a bed of nails. But I mean, hey.
Tony's back there going, listen, I can't get hard if you're not bleeding.
Yeah, listen, crazy, insane match. But I love it when MJF actually wrestles a match. You know what I mean? Like, that was a really good match.
Let's also not forget, this man was in Mexico, at 3 a.m.?
Yeah.
Busted out a match with Mystico, and then came and did this not even, 12 hours later? That's a bit fucking nuts.
Yeah, hey, MJF, please enjoy your honeymoon. I assume that's what's happening off of this. MJF kind of got his shit kicked in at the end there. And especially after a tables and tacks match, I think you can kind of write the dude off of TV for a little bit. It was very obvious that MJF did not want to fucking do that match. But
they did a good job of stalling that whole thing.
Oh yeah, no, it was great. And that match is just hyper violent. And then after that, we get just an athletic spectacle and an absolute showcase. The Demand, Ricochet, Bishop Khan, and Toa Leona defeating the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and MVP, Montel Vontavious Porter, getting back in the ring. I did not have high hopes for MVP in this match. Goddamn, he looked real fucking good. And Ricochet and Bishop Khan, Toa Leona. Bishop Khan and Toa Leona used to be the Gates of Agony, so you may know them from that name. Now they're the Demand in AEW. It's the name of the faction. The Demand walked away with the win. Not a huge fan of that one. I think Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin need to hurt some people on Wednesday.
Well, from what I heard and from what I read, it was kind of to prove that MVP didn't have it anymore, and that maybe some younger blood needed to be mixed into the Hurt Business.
Yeah, and that's
not named Mark, Well,
yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking, you can very easily, say, hey, listen, they lost because MVP was there. I saw somebody online saying that on Dynamite they should give the Hurt Syndicate a fucking squash match, and Bobby Lashley shouldn't even take off his baseball cap. they should just like keep playing the music, just fucking go in there, slam them, walk out. Like that'd be cool as shit.
I think that would be too cool.
Well, I think
too cool.
I think where they may be going with this, Mike, because you talked about bringing in some young blood. I also saw that Cedric Alexander's kind of putting some feelers out there. Maybe we get the full Hurt Business reunited as the Hurt Syndicate in AEW. I wouldn't be against it. I really wouldn't. And if you want to get him into the trio scene, you got to find a third guy, because MVP looked good, but goddamn, he is getting old. And especially when WWE is doing their shit right now, I don't know if you want to put like a 50-year-old MVP on. Nothing against him. It's just I don't know if you want to do that right now, because there's a couple other weak links in AEW. This wonderful athletic showcase was followed up by 9 belts Monet retaining her AEW TBS championship, defeating Rio clean with a pinfall. Mercedes Moné still on top of the AEW women's division.
It wasn't a bad match. It was just
no.
I want them to shake it up with her belt. Well, it was fine, and it doesn't help that they just kind of bring in Rio every now and then now for like a cheap pop, because Rio's good, especially because her character is like, oh look, I'm sweet, and then she flips everybody off, and you're like, hey, wait a second, But she's good at what she does. Mercedes is pretty good most of the time. She took a couple face bumps in this where I was like, I don't know if that was meant to happen or not. But, I mean, the match itself was fine. Was it worse than the other women's match? Yeah, of course. But the other one had a lot of talent in it.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, that belt, they need to do something interesting with it. And they need to get it off of her, because I think her in the hunt, and I mean the actual hunt, not just going and winning it in a one-off. Her going into the hunt, I think, would benefit her for once.
Yeah, and I mean, we were talking about it last week when we were doing the picks, but like this really feels like an opportunity to take a belt off of Mercedes Moné. She has fucking 9 of them. 9 of them! She can lose 1. And I understand that the TBS championship is the AEW championship that she is holding at this time. But like, come on, man. Come on. She has 9 fucking championships. And people in AEW, if you show up with a championship, they'll accept it. They don't care. It's fine. The presentation would stay the exact same, and it'd be a good fit for Mercedes Moné. But that's fine, because Mercedes Moné, kind of following in the footsteps of greats, because another championship that's in a little bit of a weird spot right now is the AEW Unified Championship, being held by Kazuchika Okada, who retained, defeating Konosuke Takeshita and Mascara Dorada. It was
a good fucking match.
Yeah, real good match. Real interested to see what happens this Wednesday, because Okada and Takeshita are teaming up, because they are both in the Don Callis family. So they have a tag team match after beating the shit out of each other. I assume Takeshita is going to be leaving the Don Callis family and at some point winning this belt off of Okada. And I am all for it, because we are talking about Kazuchika Okada versus Konosuke Takeshita in AEW in 2025. Give it to me. Give it to me. Put it in my fucking veins. I don't need anything else. I love this match. I know exactly where you're going with it. I am A-okay sitting back and letting it happen.
Yeah, I mean, the way this match went and with how well it was done, it's one of those, you're like, would I watch this again? Yes. Will I know exactly how it'll happen when they finally face each other again? Yeah. Am I going to love it? Yeah. Yeah, I am. Because a belt on Konosuke is a darn good thing.
Yeah, and I mean, it's AEW continues to, in my opinion, like, do that kind of shit where they tell you what's going to happen, right? You can look at it and you can see, okay, well, this is a triple threat. Mascara Dorada was added in last minute. We know where they're going with this, but it's like, again, you still want to see it. And everybody wants to see Takeshita with this title, so we're okay watching him on that chase. And I'm excited to see where that one goes. Another story that I'm excited to see what happens is between Jon Moxley and Darby Allin, because these two men literally almost killed each other. It did not happen during the match, but Jon Moxley was lit on fire Saturday night.
Oh my God.
that happened after the match in like a little backstage segment, but they were not. Jon Moxley was in a body bag that they lit on fire. That's what happened. And the body bag was unzipped enough where you could see it was Mox. He was in there. They did not. Well, that was not an edit. They opened it afterwards,
and he was crawling out of it, and you're like, oh, he was in the bag the whole time.
No, they made sure to shoot that in a way where you knew there were no cuts, and that was not a dummy in there. That was Jon Moxley in a body bag being lit on fire, and that was after their coffin match. Jon Moxley actually wound up winning that coffin match when he put Darby Allin in a body bag of his own. The same body bag that Darby Allin would light on fire later in the night. Darby was put into that body bag, put into the coffin, and then the coffin lid was closed. It closed as much as it could be.
He didn't put him in the body bag. Somebody else did.
Well, yeah, I mean, the Jon Moxley's fucking group of returning radicals in Daniel Garcia and the returning Pac, who finally learned how to wear clothes.
And he cut his hair, which was odd.
Yeah, he looks very weird. He looks very weird. It still looks cool, but it's very Irish. I'll put it that way. He looks very Irish.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
But I say they closed the lid as much as they could because Darby Allin coffin drop. He has to do the coffin drop onto the coffin lid. And the coffin lid was very, very broken, and it barely closed. They didn't really close it as much as they did kind of slide it into place so it looked closed.
Yeah, they were like, and good enough. All right,
close enough. They'll figure it out.
But I mean, God, this match was uncomfortable.
A little uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable. Plastic bags, run-ins. Darby Allin getting the shit beat out of him. They jumped off of fucking signs and stuff, and I mean, it really felt like they were trying to kill each other. That's the only way I can describe this match. Words cannot do it justice. If you watch nothing else from this weekend, watch this coffin match and watch Darby Allin and Jon Moxley after the match. There's the
haha joke I made.
Yeah.
About Tony Khan can't get hard without somebody bleeding. I'm pretty sure that applies to this match.
Real.
Oh, real. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a Jon Moxley match. Real. Yeah. It was, yeah. And, you get done watching that coffin match and you go, whew, all right, let's take a nice deep breath. What could possibly be next? What does AEW give me to cleanse my palate after this hell of a coffin match? Well, you get a woman looking for her murder. Timeless Toni Storm losing her AEW Women's World Championship to Chris Statlander in a fatal four-way match. We got we got Timeless Toni Storm, Jamie Hayter, and Tekla, and again, Chris Statlander, 4 years in the making, winning her first AEW Women's Championship. About damn time.
Yeah, and, it was long overdue.
Yeah, and doing it with the help of the Death Riders, I'll let you decide.
It was just a seatbelt pin or whatever.
Well, I mean, yeah, that was the end of the match, and I liked that because Timeless Toni Storm, not a lot of people have realized, she doesn't really use a finisher. She just goes for old school chain wrestling, surprise roll up. I mean, she hits the Storm Zero and stuff like that, but that's not like her normal matches aren't usually around that. She's trying to be creative and trying to find ways to win matches. It's a way that she's retained her championship multiple times, and using the seat belt is the signature pin of one Death Rider, Wheeler Yuta, who has been in Stats Corner the entire time that they've been in AEW. So, I mean, a lot of story going on here. I think whether Wheeler Yuta and the rest of the Death Riders were in Chris Statlander's corner somehow, they weren't actually like out there during the match. So she did win it by herself. But I mean, it seems like the story that AEW is doing is like, well, she's, empowered by having the Death Riders on her, possibly on her side. And it's like, no, I think they were just kind of doing that as like a will she, won't she type thing. I think she wins the championship, holds it on her own, and we get some Chris Statlander on our AEW televisions. I am A-okay with that. And that wasn't the only four-way, though. Wasn't the only four-way, because there was another amazing four-way on this card. A tag team four-way. A tag team ladder match for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. Brody King and Bandito going up, defending it against the Young Bucks. Matt and Nick Jackson, Jet Speed, Kevin Knight, and Speedball Mike Bailey, and from the Don Callis family, Josh Alexander, and Yo Soy Hechicero. I fucking love Don Callis coming out there and screaming elementary Spanish, asking where the library is, and then saying, I am Hechicero to introduce It's so good. It's so good. I also love that Excalibur, who speaks Spanish, translates for you while he's saying.
So just so you know, he's being a fucking idiot. Yeah.
I put the tweet out when Don was doing it, but I said Don Callis introducing Hechicero sounds like me walking into Taco Bell drunk at 2 a.m.
Jesus Christ.
It's so, I fucking love every time he comes out. It's so good. But as good as this match was, as crazy as this match was, as many stories that were happening in this match with the Young Bucks burning through their money, with Jet Speed becoming a tag team that people take seriously, with all the murders that happened in this match, with Hechicero doing Hechicero shit, Josh Alexander suplexing people like fucking 2002 Brock Lesnar, somehow through all of the chaos. Less piss. Yeah,
a lot less piss.
A lot less piss, a lot more maple syrup. But somehow, through all the chaos, Brodito retains. Still. Brodito's still your AEW tag champs. Crazy, dude. Crazy.
There were a couple times in this where I thought they weren't. I was like, oh, the Young Bucks are winning it back. But that seems soon. I thought that multiple times. And the fact that Brodito walked out of this with the belts was shocking to me in the best way possible. Like, I was very happy with the way this match turned out. I was very happy with this whole match in general. It was just so fun. And you could tell they were setting up ladder spots, but you were okay with it the entire time because you're like, somebody might die. Speedball just put out, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's an AEW ladder match. It's indie shit, and you have to be okay with that. But I mean, it was insane. And when you put somebody like Brody King in a ladder match, that man is going to kill whoever he throws through a ladder.
Unfortunately, failed this time. Even Speedball said I lived, and he said, "Damn."
Yeah.
I'll get him next time.
Speedball. It was what? It was a pile driver through the ladder, right?
Yeah, it was whatever Brody King's finishing move is technically called.
Yeah, he drops him on his head is what happens. And Speedball was down and out the rest of the match. Anytime they showed a wide shot, you could see him just laying in front of the commentary table and just, he wasn't moving. He was just like nobody was checking. Like, he was fine, he's a wrestler. It's how, it was a spot. He's fine. But, like, he was just selling it the entire time. Didn't fucking move a muscle. So damn good. This entire match is great. I'm so excited to see the Young Bucks. I'm really excited to see what happens when they lose all their money again. We're gonna get like a fucking Young Bucks Baron Corbin story, and I am all for it, especially since I know that they're gonna lose their money because they keep talking about how Matt is gambling it all away every week. So I fucking love that. I know, again, AEW tells you where they're going, but it is exactly what you want. So I'm okay with that. I love Brodito. I think in terms of like tag team presentations, Brodito might have some of the best presentation right now. Like, this is what people wanted for the House of Black, where you have Brody King. He can fuck people up. Let him go out there and fuck people up. He don't have to wrestle every week, but he can fuck people up when he does. So I'm excited to see where that goes. And I mean, especially with them somehow retaining off of that, like, I have no fucking clue what comes next for Brodito. I can only imagine a lot of blood. but time will tell, because we have one more match to talk about here for AEW All Out, the main event. And I know I told everybody to watch the coffin match, but this is match of the weekend. This is match of the weekend. Your main event of AEW All Out 2025 for the AEW Men's World Championship. Hangman Adam Page versus Kyle Fletcher, and Hangman comes out on top. But Kyle Fletcher does not look any weaker because of this, because Kyle Fletcher went out there, stood out there by himself. The Don Callis family did not come out during the match. Okay, during the match, the Don Callis family did not come out, because there was a stipulation that if the Don Callis family interfered in the match, Kyle Fletcher would be stripped of his TNT championship. So nothing to do, like he would lose everything. So nobody came out to help Kyle Fletcher. He stood out there on his own, the proto star at 26 years old, almost. And honestly, I think there was a ref botch. Probably should have been the youngest AEW champion if he would have won. But
That's
Kyle
a good
Fletcher,
looking Fletchlight right there.
Oh boy, let me tell you, that match was everything you would have wanted from that. They were pulling out from moves from their old rivals. They were pulling out, moves that they don't do anymore. They were all the stops, pull everything out. And
the
just
fact that neither of them are paralyzed
somehow,
is impressive.
dude. Somehow, I have no fucking clue.
Jesus Christ,
dude, that brain buster gets close sometimes. Kyle Fletcher's brain buster gets real fucking close, especially when he's dropping Hangman through a fucking table off the barricade. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Or,
the fact that Hangman was still moving, I'm like, holy shit, dog.
And then Hangman repays him by doing the dead eye off of the top rope and just dropping him square on his fucking neck.
Yeah, just straight up dropping Kyle Fletcher. Dropping him.
I saw that and I was like, good Lord.
Wild. And people pointed out that it was probably safer for Kyle Fletcher to be dropped like that because he can control his own fall. But dude, Kyle just hit the fucking mat. He didn't do shit. He was. God, if he was supposed to save himself, he didn't. He did not. The fact that either man can still walk is insane. But if that's the main event for AEW, think about it this way. Think about how a half hour ago we were talking. Not even a half hour ago, we were talking about Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes, and we gave it fucking a minute and a half. And we've now been talking about the AEW main event for like 4 times as long, and we're just talking about how good it is. And like, this is where we are right now of AEW versus WWE. If you're looking to find good wrestling right now, I think you should be looking at AEW, because this card was fucking awesome. We get the title changes. Well, not every title change that we want to see, but most title changes that we want to see. We get fed just a little bit of story, just enough to keep you going through. And we don't even know what the major announcement is that Tony Khan has planned for this week on Dynamite, although I think I'm going to call it here. I think his announcement is going to be just that they're going to, book their own WrestleMania in 2027, because AEW is hot as hell right now. It is hot as hell right now. And if you make that announcement, you had 2 more years of this, keep it like that, change things at the next fucking whatever your WrestleMania is, and people are going to love it. We'll come out of there going, man, it feels like a new beginning for AEW. WWE's booking their women's division into the ground in 2027, and AEW is going to be on top. It really feels like that's where it's going. Honestly, it feels like we're in fucking 2019 again. It feels like WWE's getting shitty, and now that WWE's getting shitty, where you start looking to AEW. They're pushing the young guys, they're pushing up and comers, they're pushing people that should have had shots. And like, that's what All Out was. It was, in my opinion, All Out. If WWE was, if Wrestlepalooza was the beginning of WWE's ESPN era, then All Out was the beginning of AEW's competition with WWE, because they should be seen that. I know WWE doesn't see him as a legitimate contender. I know TKO doesn't give a fuck about him, but goddamn, we were talking about how good WWE was last year. The roles were flipped. I'm calling it right now. it's going to be AEW on top for 2 years at least. I think this weekend saved the fucking.
It was great. It was fucking great. They wanted to counter program, and I think that WWE completely fucking fucked up by trying to counter program because it made All Out look infinitely fucking better.
Yeah, WWE versus AEW, AEW won. Crazy.
I think that if they want to run something in I don't know, maybe New Orleans in 2027, I think a lot of wrestling fans is really going to appreciate it.
I think 2027 AEW should say fuck you, we had Vegas first, and do their fucking big event in Vegas, pull the fucking WrestleMania crowd, do it all. Just fucking grip it and rip it. The Khans, Tony Khan and his dad, they have more than enough money. The Shahid Khan, Tony Khan's dad, is the 4th richest man in the world. He can buy Vegas. They should fucking book the biggest stadium, book the fucking Sphere, books anywhere in Vegas, anywhere, and put on an AEW show. That's where AEW started. That's why they had this whole fucking gambling bullshit. It was why this pay-per-view was called All Out, is because they started in fucking Vegas, and they should take back Vegas. That's WWE's taking that to make that their fucking spot. AEW should, in 2027, run the biggest wrestling event in North America out of WWE's newest city.
Only time will tell, because we got a long way to go 2027, and unfortunately we can't get there this week, gentlemen.
Be wild if we could.
That'd be kind of crazy.
Hey, listen, if you invent time travel, let us know in our comments below. Also, let us know who I think we know how this one's going to go, but let us know who you thought who won this weekend, WWE versus AEW. I said it in the beginning of the episode, I'll say it again. Make sure that you like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, hit the follow, leave a rating, do all of the things that you need to do. It all helps us out a lot. We greatly appreciate it. If you want to support us financially, you can go to w.gg and use code 3COUNT on checkout. That's the number 3, COUNT on checkout. Save yourself 10% on some tubs. And if you want to find more of me, you can find me over at twitch.tv/EraV1 or youtube.com/EraV1Music. And I have music out now. It's been out for a couple weeks now, but I'm going to keep plugging it. Video game remixes to study and relax to out now wherever you get your music.
If you didn't enjoy the things I said, don't worry. I'm either crying or coming over the fact that the Lions either lost or beat the Ravens
Maybe you're doing both.
I was wondering where you were going with that.
If you did enjoy the things I said, though, twitch.tv/JackalJoker or youtube.com/JackalJoker work just as good.
If you didn't like me, that's okay. I don't either, and I'm going to be crying in the bottom of a pizza box. If you did like me, just listen to this over and over again. I want to be your alarm clock in the morning. Yeah.
I mean, we could. That's not. You know how like sometimes people record like the directions, and it'll be like turn left ahead, and you can like do the custom voices. I've always wanted to do that. I want a mic GPS. I want mic GPS. The only thing I'm worried about though, Mike, is that if you give me the wrong directions, because then my car.
Oh no, I'm pretty good with directions. I drive for a living. I'd be like, yeah, turn on that street I've seen a bunch of times. Yeah, that one, right?
Yeah,
that street.
Hey, Mike.
You passed
man,
it.
this is a dead end, though. This is a dead end.
This is. You turned on the wrong street.
This looks like just a... Wait a minute. This looks like just a sheer clip.
There he go. Whoa! He just dukes it. The Duke boys are at it again. Oh, my God.
I told him to not turn down that one, the other one. The other street.
That car is a metal cube right now, Mike. Good googly miss. Why was he driving out in the mountains? Oh, he was in the fucking Poconos getting ready for Penn State, Oregon. God damn it.
No, yeah, that'll do it.
Well, hey, does it count if I'm technically pinning the ground right now? Because I think he's a part of the earth at the moment.
I mean, there's
for me?
Pieces of him. So, yeah, I mean, go ahead.
All right, I'll pin this shrub, I guess.
It's like his bush. 1, 2, 3.
I just got done pinning air of the bush. Now that's how you end a motherfucking episode right there.